people already. Jeez. I just clicked you're live. Okay. I am extremely exhausted. So if I sound like I'm half dead, it's because I am half dead. I am half dead. I feel half dead. I worked a double. I worked last night. These are just... It's a tough schedule at work. And along with other things that are going on in my life, that most people have something going on in their life, which people don't seem to be mindful of. That we're all going through something. So it's 2019, 2020. So October of... Hey Judith, how are you? I'm not going to read it yet. I'll stop in a bit. I've got to get a drink. October of 2019 was my smear campaign. Or was it November? It was a year and a half ago. And that was a time too when I was getting a lot of notifications. You know how people, yo, you gotta look at this, watch this video, DMs, and I had to tell people to stop it because it was just drama or whomever I had a disagreement, whether it was when Laura and I were fighting way back in March of 2019. And my subs or people who had my text were good. They complied with that. And so I haven't really received any DMs in a long time. And I received a DM with a link to a video a year and a half later from the creator of CC and Coffee, who is not blocked, so she can come in here. I've never blocked her. So I posted the video, the timestamps, you can all watch it yourself. And my first reaction was I was really hurt once again. That somebody wants to resurrect this, and with being there now deceased. I've made my peace, and a lot of my peace is behind the scenes. Where the hell am I going? I'm missing my exit. Sorry, I'm getting distracted. It's dark out. I'm taking a different route tonight. I don't know where I'm going. Oh, look at that. Okay. Hey, Dory. Yeah. See, he's not who she pretends she is. Sorry, but she's two-faced. Yeah, I'm very hurt. And I just didn't expect it. When I got a text, when I had a moment, I had a very busy work day. Very exhausting. Keep wearing your masks, people. I don't care if your state says you don't have to wear masks. Please keep wearing them. It's hard for me to find the words tonight because it's been a year and a half, and I thought it was over. And I always, here's a crime channel who says she never wants to do drama. No, I don't do drama. Then fucking don't do it, okay? Don't do it. And let me make this clear. When she said in her video, and she calls me Celeste. Who does that? Nobody does that. Celeste and I were very close at one point. And we talked often on the phone, on Hangouts, video chat. And when I talk to people, I tend to call them by their first name, and I specifically remember asking her, is it okay if I call you Celeste? And she said yes. So that was never a problem, and all of a sudden it's a problem. Who does that? I don't even want to repeat what she said on this live. Bringing up the whole being there thing, calling me a liar. I never trusted her. You know, that's funny because for the while that we were friends, you seemed to trust me and like me, where the point where I was planning a trip to your state to visit with you. I just don't get up off my ass and just go visit anyone. I love the 24-hour stores. Hold on. If she wants to go there, which she did, then I'll go there. Let's bring it on. Bring it on. Because you know what? I went through this once and I got through it. So bring it on. You want to start your drama, your lies, no proof, and you can do whatever you want by bringing someone on your live stream with no proof who smeared me all over because she sent me money. And that, but you know, she sent other people a hell of a lot more money. A hell of a lot more money. And that's okay with you? And when other people came forward like Erin, because Erin saw me going through exactly what she was, concerned that she was going to be next to be smeared, and she was and lied about, okay? Pink, get your thoughts together. I'm not used to this. I don't mean to yell. I said I was going to be really calm. That's when being there, when Erin came forward and said she got money, and we all know Mel got money. Being there decided to twist it, and it turned into theft by deception, that I was suicidal. I threatened to put a gun to my head if she didn't give me money. Are you fucking kidding me? Are you fucking kidding me? Celeste, why didn't you talk to my children? Because what she did to our lives affected my whole family. Never mind that the threat on my life, which is no big deal to a lot of people in the community, right? No big deal that she threatened to hire a hitman. It was a big deal to the FBI because I reported it. Okay? I reported it. So bring it on. Because I have proof. She didn't even know. She thought my kids were 2 years old, 4 years. Like, are you kidding? And you allow anyone on your channel that comes with absolutely no proof but a story. Because she couldn't get enough attention. Someone who was on my live stream the night before with me, Rita, a couple of other people, Lee, okay? Not a problem. No one saw this coming. Nobody. And Celeste, and I'm going to call you Celeste because that's how I know you by. You're welcome to talk to my attorney. In fact, when she gave me the money, it sat there. My story has never, ever changed because it's the truth. I didn't want her money. I didn't want it. I can't believe a year and a half later, you're bringing this up. So I will give you my attorney's name. And in fact, I will pay my attorney for as long as it takes to talk to you, I will pay him for his time. No, it's not. It's like, what the hell? And then she brings up analyzer, you know. But if you see her demeanor, it's like she gets excited. She gets off on this. Like she's held it in for so long, and it's finally come out because she always says she's a crime channel and doesn't do drama. It's like she held it in for so long, and she was getting a damn adrenaline rush out of smearing me all over again. And bringing up Analyzer. From who's now Pandora. Pandora can take care of herself. I'm not going to speak for her. But how far are you willing to travel back in time? Move on. And don't you think being there, passing away, has affected me? And the fact that she's gone and you do this, because I know the backstory to being there, which I cannot share publicly, and I won't, because that's private information that I found out after I reported the threat, the hitman. It was investigated. And I am going to let her rest in peace. Let me run in and get a drink. I'll be right back. Unlike a lot of other creators in the drama community who go public with everything, I am going to respect being there. Even though she put me through hell and dragged a couple of other people with her to do it to me. I'll be right back. Oh my God, what a rip-off here. My double shots, they're $1.99. The store I usually get them, but I'm not going home tonight. This store, they're almost $4 a can. From $1.99 to $4 a can. Yeah, it shouldn't have. I can't understand why anyone would ever go after Pink. Well, Antimone, I don't know if you were aware of the smear campaign. Everyone, and I took a break for almost 3 months because this community was insane. A lot of people were. And it wasn't what she did that hurt me more than the betrayal of a friendship. And I think being there and I were the first really to be friends in this community. And there's a backstory, and people can say, well, I'm lying or whatever. But again, I will not after the death threat. I can't. I will not share it. Um, and her death affected me deeply. Deeply. For as much as she put me through, it affected me. Losing her. I keep thinking if I had enough more time just to get through this pain, that I would find forgiveness. But I forgave her in death. But I did report it to the FBI because, people can laugh. And, when you have someone say there's a hitman on your life, it did affect my family and I a lot. And I don't want to go back there. I can't. So Celeste, Cece, stop it. The few times I mentioned you, I didn't slander you. I asked for an apology. I emailed you. I was hoping we could talk. I've never slandered you. I've never brought up anything in your life, in your past, and I know a lot that you've shared with me. And I had to try really, really hard when I got this video. My first reaction was, God damn it. But for me to do what you're doing to me will not make me any better. So I will not share things that I have about you with proof. I just won't do that. I'm not going to lower myself. And it's hard because it's like you are convinced over a person's story. And you know what, Cece? The only thing is, everyone gets a turn. You just haven't had yours yet. Everybody gets a turn in this community. You just haven't had yours. It's not your time yet. But I would appreciate it if you focus on your own life, not mine. Stop bringing up something a year and a half ago. You are welcome to speak to my attorney about why that money was kept and what I went through on trying to return it to her. And you can choose to believe it or not. And this thing that, because being there was sick, it's like she had immunity. Everyone gave her immunity. Not everyone. A lot of people gave her immunity, right? She's sick. How dare you go take money from a dying woman? So I guess if you're sick on YouTube, you can just go out and hurt people. Thanks, Mandy. You can go out and hurt people, threaten their lives, threaten a hitman. And that's okay. And make up lies and say that I threatened suicide unless she gave me money. Who the fuck would ever believe such bullshit? Her story kept changing because other people came forward when they said they got money from being there too. Yeah, but, Celeste, how many times, I don't even know if she's going to watch this, have you come back to me after fighting with me and apologized because you have a habit of believing everything you hear? 3 times you did it to me. And the last time you called me crying, saying how much you miss our friendship. This was before the smear campaign. And you apologize again because you have this habit of believing everything someone says to you with no proof. What was your reason to do this 2 days ago? To bring me up? What have I done to you? What have I done to you through this whole thing? I've expressed my opinion that I don't think it was right that you went live and allowed Someone to smear me with no proof? Is that slandering you? Is that putting you down? Does that hurt you that much where you have to tell lies about me in your video? Make up lies? I'm not slandering you. Hi, Archive. Last night, Pandora and LB doxed Gary and threatened his family on a live stream, saying they were going to message them all. Pandora also gave Richard that info that is upsetting you today. What info? Pandora gave Richard. Pandora Analyzer gave Richard what info? Thanks, Mandy. I despise people bringing up rumors just to make themselves relevant. It's just wrong. Hey, Shelley. I don't know what's going on with Pandora. I don't. It's just another gossip channel. I just. Once in a while, I go into the drama community to say hi to Makeup Mobster or people I were friends with before this community divided. I don't pick a side. I don't stay long. I don't like to get involved unless it directly affects me. Hey, Barbara, how are you? Long time, Barbara. Thanks, Mandy. And Richard just uploaded a video about you. Coincidence? Really? What video? Well, the strikes will come. I'm done with this. Really. So Pandora is involved. Ugh. Oh, I won't let it come back. I'm not going through this a second round. It will never. Pink, I'm not involved in this. An Archive is. Contact Pandora. Pandora. Every time I try to contact you, you block me. You don't pick up the phone. You've always said when I have a question to ask you, right? And I did last month. You totally ignored it. You blocked me. You blocked my text messages. It's like, are you just reaching out to me when it's to your benefit? I haven't dealt with Richard in so long. I have nothing against the guy. It's not my cup of tea, all this gossip stuff. I saw the snarky comment Pandora left saying Pink should pay. Yeah. People suck. Nobody will put me through this a second time. My pain came from a betrayal of a friendship. I know my truth. This money thing, total bullshit, fabricated. It was a betrayal of being there, who I was extremely close to. Nobody comes in your life the night before a smear campaign, tells you they love you and the whole live, we're having a good time, and the next day, this happens. But I've gathered my facts. I have my truth. I'm at peace with that. That's not what bothers me. It's just that people, a year and a half later, really, Celeste. Oh, who calls me Celeste? You know don't lie. You know I always called you that every time we spoke on Hangouts. Every single time. When I'd email you, it was Celeste. Because I like that name, and I tend to call people by their first legal name rather than their YouTube name, because that's their name, and it's not doxing. Help how, Howie? Really, Howie? Like what? You're going to tell Richard to take down the video? Now there's a video about me in bringing up. Judith, this really isn't me. What? So that's not Pandora. Maybe that's not Howie. And the last time, Pandora, you said that I had you and Howie blocked. And that's not true. You were never, well, you might have been blocked a long time ago, but you're not blocked. I always said you were welcome to come over. I don't see any video from Richard. I would not do this to you. I don't know. I just don't trust anyone anymore. I don't. Pandora, why didn't you take my call last month? I had a question for you because somebody said something that, honestly, I don't remember what it was, but I remember at the time, I really wanted to reach out. And you know me. I don't yell. I'm not going to call, what the hell? Yeah. No. We've had talks before. And whatever happened, I was confused. And I always remember when you came over to my live, you said, Pink, you can trust me. If there's any question you have, contact me. No, you don't let me contact you. So what am I supposed to think now? I don't know this video, but this is Howie. Last we spoke, I was driving and delivering an order. Hey, Robbie, I love you too. I'm all right. I mean, I'm just, someone sent me a video of what Cece on one of her live streams 2 days ago, bringing up the whole being there thing. And it's like, and slandering me, and she brought up Analyzer too. I mean, what if I bump into her in Walmart? We must show up at the same Walmart. And I'm just like, for someone who told me she doesn't do drama, sticking with crime. And, if I ever see Pink in another live stream, I just leave. Like, really? Really? Well, if I see you in a live stream or see someone tag your name, guess what? I stay. You want to play these stupid child games? Oh, she's in a line. I'm going to leave. What did I do to you, Celeste? What have I done to you that is so bad that you feel you have to leave? There are streams I'll leave if someone, who's gone real life on me, I will leave if that person is there. But what have I done to you? Are you avoiding me? We can do a live together. You call my attorney. I will pay him to call you. If it takes an hour, I will pay him the $300, the $350 for him to talk to you. Because you need to gather your facts. But if you're going to start up with this, game on. You're going to see Pink go drama. You're going to see me go drama. And I'm going to bring facts. Pink, it's not worth it. Well, feels worth it right now because that's how I feel. And it was like, and this and this and y'all, she lies and this and this. Like she was getting off on this. She was getting off on getting into details about Pandora and the cancer scam, 3-4 years ago? I mean, getting off on it. Like she's held it in for so long, and just wants to give up crime and let's just dump into the drama. Hey, BBT, what's up? And plus, I'm tired. I worked a double. I'm like, feel like I'm gonna pass out. Oh, thank you, Mandy. I think someone else sent me a super chat. I missed it. Thank you. Please try to stay strong, and you're an amazing woman. Have so much to offer. I've never seen you do anything problematic. You're always optimistic, trying to look on the bright side. I have not watched Cece for years. Wasn't she true crime? Yes, Pandora. Yeah, never wanted to get into the drama. And I don't watch her, and the only time I talked about it was I asked if that I felt I needed an apology. And Cece, you can talk to my children. You can talk to my kids. In fact, you can FaceTime them because it's better to see them face to face and look at their expressions when you talk about to them what their mom and them had to endure. Because this ended up going real life. Thanks, Antimone. I adore you. You're authentic and need to take care of yourself. Yeah, that's pretty hard lately. There's a lot going on in my life. And, which is no one's business, but, we always have to be mindful of, we just don't live on YouTube. We have real lives. And sometimes it's stressful and problematic and challenging. Not all the time, but usually when it rains, it pours. No, I don't owe them anything. But I know my truth. I came with proof. And nobody being there, nobody came with proof. Nobody. It was all verbal garbage. Pandora, I don't know what's going on with Gary and you guys. I just don't. I couldn't even guess. I have no idea what's going on. I think this kind of gossip that's kind of erected into the community, where personal attacks against people, it's got to stop. It has to stop. And we're having a regular drama, but these personal attacks, they're so open to speculation, So these little molehills end up into mountains over speculation and thoughts, because we always think the worst, right? They're thoughts that come in our head. Lily of Pink wants me to go, I will. No, Pandora can stay. Pink, Cece did this to me. Someone told her something about me and she stopped me like a hot potato. Yeah. This is the problem we had in our friendship. It was all over what someone else would say to her. We didn't have a mutual friend. There was a YouTuber called Kim. I won't mention her last name. And Kim had some kind of fight with Celeste, and It was upsetting Celeste. I was there to support her. And the fact that I was supporting her. I mean, it just got crazy. That's two companies, three's a crowd thing. And then, but every time we had a fight or falling out, it was because of something she heard. Something she heard. And she would call me and we would both cry. We would both cry because that's how much we missed each other. Or that's at least how close I felt to her at one point. And she cried too, so I was assuming that she felt that closeness to me. I mean, my God, we were planning to get together, like in real life. And then she'd come back and apologize. And it happened 3 times. And I think it was shortly before my smear campaign. I mean, she apologized to me. It was within that month, if not sooner. 3 weeks, 2 weeks. And then this happened. The smear campaign started. And boom. I mean, she opened up her whole channel with no proof. If being there came there with proof, I've been like, okay, let me see the proof. And let me defend myself. But you blocked me? You blocked me. I had proof. Being there would not take my calls. Nobody would listen. I went on Diane's. I went on Laura's. I sent everything I had, even the PayPals. And that's what I was upset over, because there was absolutely no proof. And every time Being There was on a live, if I was to come, she'd bolt, and then she'd get Vinny G. I don't even know, Vinny G doesn't even know me. And it went from $3,000 up to $30,000, up to $50,000 that I scammed. And then when I showed the proof, that's when it became deception, that I put a gun to my head, that I was going to kill myself. When during that time I was trying to save my own son's life from addiction. Why the frig would I kill myself when I'm trying to save my son? And she just wants to stick with, a year and a half later. But Celeste, I want you to show me. And I will always call you Celeste, because that name always meant something to me, and I love that name. And you know damn well I always called you Celeste. So don't say in your video, who does that? I called you Celeste on live streams. I called you Celeste in chats. So don't turn this around. Show me the proof that you have, Celeste, that I scammed. Show me the proof. And are you going to go after Mel Mel? You're going to go after Jen? I mean, I'm drawing a blank. Celeste, if I told you what happened to me affected my life and my children's, would you not have an ounce? And I fought, and I showed my truth. I showed the proof. Are you that one-sided or one-minded enough that a year and a half later, you're going to do a live and slander me? Are you taking over Being There's place? Did she ask you to do that before her death? Crush had nothing to do with this insanity. I don't know who her channel members are. When that happened, that was it. That was it for me. I never went back to her channel. I try to reach out to her. And then if anybody, when she would talk about me, if anybody defended me in her chat, she would accuse them of being me. Oh my God, Mandy C, you didn't have to do that, honey. Thank you. That is so generous. Thank you so much. You guys don't have to do this. I just need to be heard. That's all. But when I lost my train of thought. I just, my kids were affected. When that woman ever ran up to me after the death threat that hit me, which Groyper thought was just hysterical, funny. But see, I still have my wits about me. I don't get desensitized, okay, into this community, okay? I know a threat when I see a threat. I don't take anything as a joke. And when that woman in that parking lot ran up to me, I honestly thought my life was over. And maybe it was stinking thinking. But the fact that, someone's got a hit on me, saying they've got a hit on me, making other threats of bodily harm. And I had this woman run up to me out of nowhere, running like a crazed woman. And I'm thinking, I don't even have time to retreat. My life didn't even flash before my eyes. I said, I'm going to be killed right now. And that's when I reached out to the FBI. I said, fuck it. My local cops are just like, log off. And I said, no, I am going to reach out to the FBI. And I did. And they reached out to Homeland Security. So if you people anyone think these threats, and I'll tell you, Robbie, I know you did a live. If the threats are serious, I don't know the exact threats that AJ is giving you. I don't know her. I don't watch her. But if the threats are serious enough, you reach out to the FBI, the Internet Crime Division. And because she's from another country, they will automatically reach out to Homeland Security. And they will investigate. And they will press charges if they feel, depending on the threat, if it's necessary. Don't listen to your local cops. Sometimes they don't have the resources to support, or the time, or the money, whatever, for internet crime. We're a little bit behind like other countries, but they take it seriously. I don't know about this. And the thing is, I am a forgiving person. There's just one incident in my life. It has nothing to do with Celeste, where I'm struggling with forgiving one person, because it's still affecting my family. It's still affecting my family. And it's affecting other people close in my life. Local cops don't do anything. No, they'll tell you. I mean, I'm from Boston. Cops here will be like, log off. Why you want, It's like, really? But if your local, don't think if your local cops won't do anything. You go above them. You go to the FBI if it's a threat on your life, or constant harassing or bullying, because it is against the law. It is. It's against the law, period. Whether it's digitally written or in real life. Things are far out of control and very ugly. No, it's not. Lady Slipper, I have to disagree. It's not since Analyzer. I mean, yeah, what she did sucked, okay? I'm not really going to go there. she's talked about it. She's, she admits it, okay? But it wasn't because of her that this community went to shit. No way. No way. Pandora never went real life. She just came up with a story, a lie. Not just, but you know what I mean? Yes, it did affect people. But this community now going real life, going after people on personal attacks, it starts with body shaming and then people become desensitized to that, okay? So then they up the ante, the calling of CPS. I know a creator, she's not in our community. Someone called animal control because her dog coughed. Her dog coughed. And she had the animal, she filmed the whole thing. Her dog coughed. They found her address and tried to say that she's abusing her dogs. I don't know, this Gary thing, I don't know what you guys are arguing about. Everyone just needs to leave everyone alone. Oh boy. Okay, so Celeste, this is how it's gonna go, okay? Because I've stayed quiet for a long time. It's not in my nature, regardless of what you think, that I would lie, do shit behind the scenes. That's not in my nature. And those who know me know that. I would think that my channel reflects that. I want you to take, of course I want you to take that video or edit that part out. Because if you don't, then, well, I'm going to fight back. Going to fight back. Because if you did it once, twice, you're going to keep doing it. And because this affected my family, to me, it was real life. And it did go real life eventually. It did. Because being there recruited a couple of people. And it did go real life. But that's because I took care of things myself behind the scenes, reaching out to the law, to the FBI. I'm starting to heal and get past that. I don't need you, the person who created, who allowed this to happen. You gave her a platform and you allowed this to happen. That bothers me because what else will you do to me if you allowed that without letting me defend myself, having a creator being there come up with no proof, and it's all verbal, she did this, she did that. Where's the proof? Where's the proof? I knew my truth. It was the betrayal of a friendship. But it's almost like, what are you going to do next? What next to me, Celeste? But again, you want to are you open to facts? Are you open to facts? Or are you like, no, I'm done. Want nothing to do with her. I'll let you talk to my attorney. I don't think the FBI will talk to you. And that is private information. And I will never, out of respect, literally out of respect for being there, because of what I learned and what I know now that I did not know before. And you can talk to family members of her. You can do whatever you want. But I know enough that I was able to put closure. But shame on a community that allows anyone just to go up and say anything they want, right? And it's the truth. But a lot of people out there are so desensitized, and that's why it's escalating. I'm not going to let myself get to that point where I get so desensitized that I allow myself to take it up another notch and hurt someone, call them fat or ugly or whatever. Put their family down, put their kids down, put their relapse down, put their drug addiction down, and stop saying junkie for everyone out there who still has the tendency to say junkie. That's a stigma. Just saying, all right, put labels on jars, not people. Okay, all people, everyone struggling with substance abuse is worthy of a happy life, as all of us are. Oh, Pandora, looks like your whatever it's going through spilled into mine. We have reasons enough to get the authorities involved. Yeah, but see, Ella, that's what happens when people are desensitized. They don't see it that way anymore. They don't see it that way. They become so used to the bashing. They literally become desensitized. So for us who have kept our head above water, we see it as critical, which it is. And they see it as no big deal. You want to fight me first. I don't know how Pandora's Gary thing ended up in here, but and I don't know. Someone said Richard made a video about me pertaining to this, you know. I would like to see creators just create their own creations instead of getting off on other people, off of lies and speculations. Thanks, Shelley. Thank you. Connective, that's not my problem. I'm not in that community. I can't do it. I can't. I have enough going on in my life. I want to do lives that are sunsets, the lives where not a lot of people show up, which is fine with me. But they're positive and they're happy. And there's enough sadness in this world, especially with COVID. Thanks, Antimone. I know I saw your comment. Thank you. Antimone focuses on crimes, not interested in drama. Yep. Pandora, can I just make a suggestion? I'm not asking you to leave. What I'm asking you is this thing with Gary and what I have no clue what's going on. It's really kind of distracting right now. I don't need to be aware of Gary. Because I don't put myself in those situations. So maybe go live tonight and talk about it on your channel. But I just, it's a wonderful thing when you remove yourself from the gossip and stuff. It gets crazy. I can't do crazy like this. I can't. Read the comments. I do get drama from families whose crime I cover, but that's different. Oh, wow, Antimone. So people reach out to you directly that are the families. Pandora, are you kidding? Caps? Forget it. Deal with it on your own. Really? What did I do? I came in here to talk about me in a video that Celeste Slandered me, and now it's turned into forget it, deal with it on your own. Does this have to do with Celeste and Gary? Jeez, Pandora. I don't know how people can talk like that. I don't, forget it, deal with it on your own. All right, insult to injury. Okay, great. Pink, you do crazy by allowing Gary to be in your chat. The chat's flying. I'm trying to talk. I'm trying to stay focused, and I have no idea the dynamics behind Gary and Pandora. So it's very hard for me to put it, even the comments, together in a scrolling chat and try to figure it out when it has nothing to do with what I came on live for. Another thing, Celeste, you said that I said that something that you are the most the person I hate the most, and that's not true. That's not true. I don't like what you did, but if you can show me where I said I hate you, I hate what, show me that I said that that I hate you the most in the world or in YouTube. Show me. And you don't think that I struggled with losing you as a friend again after what happened? But I'm the liar. I'm the bad one. Okay. So I get how that works in the drama community. It's everyone has to be right. Correct? Everyone has to be right. It's just a matter of people wanting to be correct. That's it. There's no in between anymore. It's either I hate you or I love you. That's it. There's no gray area. Pandora, I'm burnt out on an 18-hour shift. I'm 4.5 hours sleep. I'm really burnt out, and I'm trying to stay focused, and I really can't figure out what Gary and all this has to do with my conversation about Celeste. I gotta start driving. So, the Pandora, don't be putting caps in. Forget it. Deal with it on your own. Like, to me, that's like mean. Like, look, we may not agree on a lot of things and have our whatever, but when you write stuff like that, after we've had private conversations and I'm thinking everything's fine and, and then you do that and it's like, and you don't take my calls when I ask. Thank you, Pamela. When you're like, Pink, reach out to me if you ever have a question, and I do, and you block me, you won't answer me. How do you think I feel? But am I going to go up there and like tell you, forget it, deal with it on your, come on. This community has gone ballistic. It depends what mood someone's in. Either they hate you or they like you. And if they hate you, they're going to bring up, people, it's funny because I've seen in chats before, people who didn't like me and like what she did to being there. And then as time went on, I'd get emails from them apologizing, and then all of a sudden it's like, I never believed her for a minute. It's just, it's crazy. It's crazy. Thank you, whoever super chatted. I guess there's a part of me that still has hope for this community. The need to want to be heard all the time, and that's why I put up some sad girl videos. You know, there's a saying that silence is golden, and it's really true. And the older you get, cliches like that really bring meaning, and you start to understand it. And silence is truly golden, not completely, but all these times that, you know, we have all these thoughts in our heads and we want to comment, you know, we crave to be heard. Sometimes, you know, it's better to retreat a little bit, because in this community, words don't mean anything. You know, like the negativity, they just don't. People are too desensitized, and they let things get to them, you know, through, I'm talking more about the comments. And the only time I usually go and defend myself is like, I'm sorry, but that what Celeste did is hurtful. And my family's trying to move on. And I went through grieving a death also. And I'm a fact finder, and why is it that, you know, to a community to allow anyone actually who is sick, it gives them a pass to hurt others? You know, that's not right. You don't give immunity because someone is sick. You're giving a pass for someone to go real life because they're sick. And they've lied so many times. And being their story changed a lot. It would always change. There was never continuity. And knowing what I know now, I feel bad for her, for what I know. I can't go there. I can't. And I get it, people want to defend their friends, but again, and I've told my own friends on YouTube, you know, do you have proof? Before you get yourself all wound up, do you have proof? And usually they don't. It's usually because of what somebody said. You know, making these accusations, you know, and that's what everyone is doing. They're accusing everyone else of doing these bad things. And we have to learn how to control our thoughts. Because we get that keyboard warrior in our head, right? And it will drive you crazy. And you can take any lie or any story and create it into something that is like a major motion picture. It's like it can take a life of its own, and it does. It does. And that's what we see through the whole community. I'll stop in a few more minutes, and then I'm gonna have to drive.
Everybody knows my past now. Like my house was always made of glass. And maybe that's the price you pay for the money and fame at an early age. And everybody saw me sick, and it felt like no one gave a shit. They it's just fucking lonely.
And another thing, how many times did I offer being there for her attorney that she claimed she had to reach out to mine? How many times did I offer that we could work something out? Or come to, figure out what's going on between her attorney and mine, because her and I were so emotionally invested in this that it just, we needed like a mediator, and I was willing to do that. But every time she called that out and said, I have an attorney, and so I did my best to resolve. But when one person isn't willing, who smeared me and created lies, who thought my children were babies, and no, it wasn't about being on drugs. I didn't take advantage of anyone on drugs, okay? That wasn't the case. I would think I'd be smart enough to know if I was dealing with somebody like that. But when you have a friendship for over 2 years with somebody, or 2 years, you tend and talk to them often, you get a sense of who they are. And she did it to Erin too. Yeah, I don't think I'm buffering now. I just want to know, Cece and Coffee, why she felt the need to do this. Like, what brought it up? Why the need to do this? I don't slander her. Like I said, all I've ever asked her was that I would have hoped for an apology. And that doesn't mean, that she's 100% in the wrong. What that means is that when you invite someone up who's going to smear somebody, I would think any logical mind would say, well, where's the proof? Where's the proof? There was never any proof. Never, ever, ever, ever. And I will never forget an email, and I promised this person I would never, ever say who it was from, because they felt they were going to be gone after. From another person that was in that little group that said, right before my smear campaign, let's fuck Pink up. Let's fuck Pink up. So somebody wanted to conquer and divide a friendship between Being There and I. And I used to say to Being There, like when I would email her, I'm like, who was the bird? The little bird who put something in your ear. Who did this? So who took advantage of Being There? You talk about thinking I did? Yeah. No, there's a lot more to it. And if that person wants to come forward and share that email and show it, that's up to them. That's up to them. I won't do it because this person asked for protection. And this was a year and a half ago. So down the road, if this person says, hey, you know what, I'm okay, let's do this, then we'll do it. We'll show a little bit more. It's hard to imagine Pink working a double and tired and exhausted and then hearing this mess. Yeah. In the middle of COVID. I don't know, maybe it's just me, you know, when you're working around sick people all the time, you kind of become sensitive, and you see stuff like this and it's like you just don't get it, because I look at reality every day and I see death, I see dying. I've never met anyone on their deathbed that ever wished they spent more time on YouTube or on Facebook or on social media. Never. So tell me what life is really about, you know? And it goes by fast. It goes by fast. And I'm always truthful. Yeah, if you tell the truth all the time, you know, you don't have to worry. I mean, if you're going to lie or believe everything other people say, and more than half the crap is lies or fabricated or manufactured, then you're going to have a hard time, you know, keeping up with the story, what you said. And no, not me. Not me. Thank you, Aunt Timon. I appreciate it. Yeah, Judith. Yeah, honest people, they do. Or caring people, or I see it all the time. This is the longest light. Oh my God. Okay. I just said life goes by quick, except for that light. Let me just pull over. Why do I have this feeling if I pull here, the cop's gonna pull over because it's 1 o'clock in the morning, 12:30. What are you doing, ma'am? Yeah, Aunt Simone, I'm sorry for what you go through too. You know, just you know what I always say: never change who you are. If you're an honest person, empathetic, you know, a lot of people, and I don't know where Purple Orchid is anymore. She hasn't, I hope she's okay. And Septime Marie hasn't been done a video either. But Purple Orchid is a huge empath, very sensitive, and, you know, you got to look at it this way, that we need more empaths in this world. We need more empaths. That's what's wrong with the world. It's not the empaths and the people who always want to give or help others, okay? That's not the problem. The problem is of all the people who are bad, who do bad things, who hurt other people. And because, you know, we need more empathetic people in this world. Otherwise, we'd have a problem in this world. We'd have a bigger problem. So it's like we need empaths. It's almost like reminders as, you know, getting back to what life is really about. So don't ever think if you're an empath and really sensitive, that that's some kind of a flaw. of your character. It is certainly not. It is needed. It is needed. I thought I was always weak for feeling too much. But it's who you are. You know, it's not just how you feel, but it's who you are. And it's not a weakness, it's a strength. If you try to look at it that way, and it's true, being an empath is a strength, not a weakness, Intimon. Don't let other people try to define you and, well, you're too nice or you're too honest or, she must be up to something. No one can be like, that caring. But again, if you look at our worlds, we lack that caring, right? So we need more empaths. I say thumbs up for empaths. Hopefully you and I can talk in person, Pink. I'm a good listener. So much has happened to me here in the community. I just never talked about it. In particular, a few people. Yeah, of course we can talk. Yeah, we do lack it. So it's not a weakness. And believe me, I've always said, I'm going to be a bitch, and I remember one time coming back from Hawaii, which is another thing. People thought I spent that money on Hawaii. But again, it's just, people believe everything they read, right? Or hear, and they create this story that's like, wow, and they twist it to where they literally think it makes sense without having 1 ounce of proof. 1 ounce of proof. But anyway, I remember coming back, and I would go to Hawaii often before COVID, twice a year, and go back and visit my friends. And I remember, I think it was when Laura and I had our falling out, and I'm like, that's it, I'm coming back a bitch. I'm going to go drama. I am going to blow this out of the water. And I just could never do it. I could never do it. It's because it's who I am and what I am not. And I think if I tried to act really bitchy, that I'd probably be a laughing stock. So, I've just accepted, it's okay to be sensitive. It's okay to cry. And I've always heard I'm causing problems because I feel and see the truth. Well, you know your truth, Antimone. You know your truth. And God knows your heart. God knows our hearts, That's what's important. You don't have to, necessarily prove yourself to people when it comes to who you are as a person. You just don't. And people will twist it. It was done. Cece did it. I'm a liar and really, where's all this proof? That's why I'm offering. She can talk to my attorney. She can FaceTime my children. I would prefer she FaceTime my children so she can see the emotions in their face. She can reach out to everyone in my life that this had affected. But if I don't believe in God, well, whoever your higher power is, even yourself, if you know your truth, then that saying, the truth will set you free. You seem calm and collected to me. Aunt Timon, I think you're a sweet soul. She is, Judith. And a lot of people say, wow, YouTube, you have to have tough skin. No, you don't. No, like I said, because there tends to be more negativity than positivity. So don't let anybody ever tell you that you have to toughen up and have tough skin to survive on YouTube. Because that's where the problem is, that there aren't enough sensitive people. There's, it can be very mean in social media. But that doesn't mean that, you have to leave and that you have to toughen up. You stay who you are. If you believe system and you're entitled to your own opinion, yeah. Myself is indeed my higher power. That's right. That's right. Empaths carry weight of the world. They do, Judith. They do. And I hope Purple Orchid is okay. She went through a lot on YouTube, and she openly admitted she struggles with depression, and I hope she's okay. Some people prefer to run with the drama than hear the truth. You think, Lily? You think? Oh my goodness. And nobody's perfect. I'm not perfect. All right, I've made mistakes along the way, and I always have said we can all do better. But it's getting worse out there, and it's hard to see people that you've met when we all first came to YouTube, right? And if you're one that doesn't want to choose a side, and it's hard to see everyone that you were friends with, they start to fight and they divide. And it's like, where the hell do we go, And if we're caught in a chat, it's like, oh, I thought you didn't like drama, or, when you just want to reach out and say, hey, how are you? Or, but show me anywhere where I'm commenting and attacking people. Show me. I don't do it. Either I don't stand that long anyway, or I know I want to be an individual. I don't want to be dragged into these mobs and lose my individuality. So, hey Deborah, how are you? So I thank you guys for just listening to me. It helped. Celeste, I'm asking you to edit out that part of the video. You don't have to take it down, but if it stays, that is slander. And yeah, I will report it, and you can sit there and just put another notch in your belt proving how much more you hate me. But it's wrong. It's wrong. And I don't think you would like it. But if you're not going to stop, and if it continues, then game on. Game on. But I will defend myself. F 'em. She makes me out to be like this monster. Oh, if she's in a chat, I just leave, if I see her. You have me blocked, Celeste, so how would you see me anyway? Okay? I don't have you blocked. But I don't leave. There's some creators where I'm a wrench and I see you. I don't leave. I don't go in there and, oh, Celeste is here. Cece is here, No. I will, Aunt Timon. You do the same. I'm sorry for taking charge. I just didn't want extra added drama onto what you're dealing with, Pink. You needed to vent, and I understand. No, I appreciate Judith. Believe me, I had no idea. I'll have to watch tomorrow because I'm gonna go to where I need to go and pass out. I need to watch the chat tomorrow. I have no idea with the Gary thing, Pandora, how he came in and he's like, I'll protect you. And I'm like, maybe he wasn't talking to, no, I think he was talking to me. I'm so confused. I'm so confused with what happened. It's like, wait a minute, where did this come from? And I nicely said to Pandora, you know, do your own live. Obviously, they have an issue, whatever is going on with them. And I can't take care of it in here. And how it relates to me, I don't know yet. She said, told me to read the comments. I'll have to, my mind is fried, Pandora. Like, I think I last ate at 11 o'clock this morning. Cece likes to gossip, and she did it onto your back. And that's unfair. It was so unnecessary. She could have kept that to herself. Yeah, well, I don't know what her need was. Why I'm a thought in her head. You know, I don't get it. It came out of nowhere. Because like I said, I don't talk about her. A couple of times it was like, yeah, I wasn't happy she did it. That's the truth. It wasn't slander. It was the truth. I wasn't happy that she allowed this to happen on her channel. And she seemed to want to fall for it hook, line, and sinker. And yeah, it sucked. And it surprised me because even though we had our little disagreements, we were made up at that time, and that came out of nowhere. And it's like, really? In the way she talked 2 days ago in her video, it's like, if you thought about like that of me all along, why did you waste my time? And why did you allow me to be your friend and to like you and even to plan a trip to your state to go visit you for a weekend? Like, I hate that. You know, people are just talking out of the side of their mouth. Don't do that to people. Don't lead them on. And don't cry to me and say you apologize, you know, before for believing things that people said, and then you turn around and you do the same thing again. And if you want to be correct all the time and be right all the time, that's not realistic. It's not. But that's what that's what YouTube is. All these people fighting. They all want to be right. I'm right, you're wrong. I'm right, you're wrong. It's stupid. It's stupid. I will. So I want to thank everybody for coming. Thank you everyone for the super chats. If I missed anyone, I'm sorry. I'm very tired. It is stupid. And as subscribers, because I'm a sub too, you know, for us who don't want to take a side, you know, think about how we feel with all this going on. There are people that we became friends with, a lot of people who are being smeared, right? And it's just like, what the hell? And some of the people that are fighting now are people that we're friends with, a lot of them still. And what are we supposed to do? And do your subs enjoy, like, do you ever ask your subs, hey, what do you want? I'm gonna do a live and I'm gonna smear the shit out of someone tonight. You know, how do you feel? Press a 1 if you like that tonight. Maybe if you ask your subs who are now hesitant to comment or even go to your lives anymore, you know, they feel like they can't have a voice anymore. But when you go live, when you say, you know, hey, how are you? Ask really, how are you? Ask, how are you? What do you think about all this? Is this what you expected when you subbed to me? Ask them. Ask them. Let them feel comfortable where they can talk and share their feelings about it without getting, you know, booted or blocked or yelled at. A lot of people would hit one on some channels. Yeah. And a lot of people have created different accounts. And I've heard this from people because they're afraid to go in as who they are if they're going to voice their feelings. But they're just accused of being trolls. You know, I don't know your name. And it happened, and even with Celeste, I even forget the subscriber, the YouTuber's name, who went in there to defend me in a comment, and it turned into this big thing. And she did a video and accusing me of being that person. Do you think I'm the only one that feels that what was done was wrong? I've asked my subscribers and my friends not to defend me. But I'm sure if I let loose and say, all right, everyone go out there, all right, attack Cece's channel, I'm not going to do that. I'm not going to send people over there. I'm trying to be an adult, and I'm trying to keep my head above water and deal with this in a mature way, and simply ask you to stop. Take out that part of the video and stop bringing this up. You don't have to like me, but if I'm telling you it's hurtful, if that's your intent, then you did good. You did good. And maybe you'll get more views. Because everybody loves drama, right, Celeste? You've made me more aware of my subscribers. Oh, Intimo, I'm glad. Because you have morals, Pink, and you have class. Yeah, I'm sure that video will get more views than probably her other videos. Because whenever people go on to slander somebody and label them, put your labels on jars, not people, okay? How about that? All right, everyone. Have a great night. I'll see you around. I thank you, everyone. I feel better. What's going to come of this? I don't know. I don't know. I've tried to reach out to her in private, or, you know, and it's just, people can dish it out. But when you ask, say, you know, hey, let's get together, let's talk about this, you know, 9 times out of 10, they're like, no, I want nothing to do with you. But you can dish it out. You can dish it out. Yeah. That's real mature. That's great. And I'm not going to slander you, Cece. I'm not going to do it. I'm not going to do it. But if you keep doing this, yeah, I'm going to take action. Because it's wrong. I'm not going to become desensitized like this community has, many have become desensitized, where people think they have the right to do this. There's a little thing on YouTube called, you know, bullying, harassing, slander, things like that. It's against the terms of service. It's called following the rules. Barbara, before I go, how have you been? I haven't seen you in a long time. I just kind of like noticed you like a week or two ago. Are you doing okay? I will, Aunt Timon. and I am off for a few days, so if there's time, I have a busy week otherwise, though. I'll hopefully catch a sunset and just chill. And there's always parody. There's always parody, imitation. My list of parodies is getting longer. I actually have a list of people I want to parody. And it's not to attack them, it's just imitating them, you know? And before all this drama, whatever, you know, everyone enjoyed it and it was fun. And, well, most of it was. There are things I could improve on, and I've already dealt with that with somebody. And I apologize, but a couple of people. But yeah, just keep it imitation, how we perceive certain people on YouTube. And I'll just get into character, get away, get off I go. I stayed tuned for a long time, Pink. I was very hurt. My feelings, long story. Yeah, seems everyone's got that story, huh, Barbara? I'm sorry, you know, you went through that. And the thing is, we're all willing participants. So if someone goes out there and writes something nasty or does a, you know, really nasty video, and I've done, you know, I've done things too, and I regret without having absolute proof. But I've dealt with those people in private, and like I said, we can all do better. So. Nobody's perfect. Nobody's perfect. All right. Barbara, if you ever want to talk, just shoot me an email. pinkladylike4, number 4, @gmail.com. Yeah, no, I know what you meant. Yeah, I knew exactly what you meant. That's what usually, you know, and breaks are okay. You know, when I left, people were like, good, we ran her off of YouTube. And I'm like, no, you didn't. I'm not going to stay somewhere where it's insanity and there's no rationale, there's no logic. And I needed time. I needed balance. You know, if you're on YouTube too much, or if you start thinking about this stuff when you're off of YouTube, that's a sure sign you need a little balance in your life. A little, you know, too much of anything is not good. And I've noticed that a lot of creators are going live more often, much more often. They're going on multiple times a day, you know, so that's a change I've seen, that, you know, that need to be on the internet, you know, often. More often than usual. And it's not my business, but it's not healthy. That you've got to have balance. You got to have patience. You know, what you want to say today can wait till tomorrow. And it's all thoughts. This is what I think of you. This is what I think of you. Let me go on a second time and repeat it again. Oh, you just did a live. Well, no, I'm going to respond. Nah, I'm good. I'm good. I'm good with that stuff. I can be very blunt at times, but I can surely do better. I agree. Yeah, we all can. And that's life, you know? Yes. Yeah, Barbara. pinkladylike4 @gmail. Yep. Yeah, I don't know if I can get back to you right away, because I do have some priorities I have to take care of. But I'll definitely keep in touch. And remember, you don't have to go to every fight you're invited to. But I chose to go to this fight tonight. I felt it was necessary because it affected my real life. And it ended up going real life. So, but a lot of other stuff that people say, I don't care. You know, I mean, I care, but I care enough to go live and he said this, she said this, and I be on YouTube all the time. It's not healthy. It's not healthy. If you ever get to the point when you're off of YouTube, and if you're ever talking to someone in real life, a friend, or making a phone call, and here's an example, and say I called like a friend of mine and left a message, or, you know, hey, this is Pink. This is in real life. You know it's time to log off for a while, just, you know, for a little bit. Because once you start bringing YouTube into your real life like that, and somebody told me that once, that they were talking to someone in their real life and they used their YouTube name. Yeah, it's time to, you know, keep a little balance and make sure what stays in YouTube, right? All right, everyone, have a great night. Thank you again, everybody. I appreciate each and every one of you. All right, have a great rest of your weekend. All right, we'll talk soon. Good night.